It's a full day of baseball from Fenway as the Red Sox and Orioles play a split doubleheader, 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. with a pair of aces on the mound. David Price in Game 1, Chris Sale in Game 2 as the regular season finale nears. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner is the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. Garen Austin coming to your way in just a couple of moments as well. This Red Sox team, terrific ball club, has checked so many boxes here in 2018, Eck, and another one 2 nights ago with a new club record, 106 wins.
I mean, you say 106. I mean, that's phenomenal. It really is. We got all great and giddy over 100, but you think about it, they've done everything so well all season long, and they played well on the road. They played well in their division. I mean, it's just been an incredible season. You know, you wish that 106 wins, you should go straight to the World Series because you won 106 games. Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing? But Alex Cora, his rookie season, he wins 106 games. The only time that's ever happened, Ralph Houck with the New York Yankees, 1961, he won 109 games. So this is historic in so many ways, but there's a lot left to do, but we still have time to sort of celebrate what's happened this season, the last 5 games.
And some guys have, individual goals, like another stolen base for Mookie Betts, and he becomes a 30-30 man. I like that plan, though. Call the commissioner. Go right to the World Series with 106 wins. Well, it has been an historic season for the Boston Red Sox, winning their 106th game of the season on Monday, putting an exclamation point on this historic year. Here are some congratulatory messages from our sponsors. Deals. BuyAToyota.com. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Amica Insurance, auto, home, and life insurance that always puts you first. Exciting games, tasty dining. Enjoy it all at Plain Ridge Park Casino. The all-new 3-row Subaru Ascent featuring all-wheel drive. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Very muggy day here at Fenway, but the sun is shining and it's not raining. Game 2 coming up at 7 o'clock, but David Price on the hill for the first one. Here's the Oriole lineup that he will do battle with, brought to you by your local Nissan dealers. And leading things off for the Birds, it'll be Cedric Mullins, Jonathan Villar at short, Adam Jones in left with Trey Mancini at first, Beckham the DH, Nunez at third, Rickard in right field, Wins doing the catching, and Wilkerson at second base against the Red Sox starter, presented by your New England Audi dealers. Price coming in 15-7. He's had an outstanding season with a .353 earned run average.
Yeah, the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They are third in the American League in defense. Around the infield today, Rafael Devers at third, Xander Bogaerts at short. Ian Kinsler at second. Mitch Moreland at first, out in the outfield, left to right. Andrew Benintendi, Mookie Betts, Blake Swihart in right field. Sandy Leone behind the plate catching David Price.
Umpires brought to you by Toyota's website for deals. BuyAToyota.com. In game one, Ryan Blakeney behind the plate. Barber, Winters, and Timmons on the bases. And we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Compare2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. It's a warm one. The temperature is at 80. And game one to get underway as Mullins gets in a 262 hitter. Red Sox go for their 107th victory. Expect to see a lot of that. First pitch swinging.
And I expect David Price to pound the strike zone. Last time out, he just wasn't himself. You know, he walked 4 guys, gave up 3 home runs. Yankee Stadium is just not good to him.
He will start game 2 of the division series here at Fenway after Sale goes in game 1. We will see Chris Sale in the nightcap tonight. And Jerry Remy will be joining us in the booth in the 3rd inning. That'll be in game number 2. And Steve Lyons will be in the booth with me. Eck will be dining at one of Boston's fine dining establishments by then. Here comes the 1-2 to Mullins.
There it is.
Got him.
That's what I've been waiting for. That changeup, that swing and miss changeup that was missing last time and he pitched, and we've seen it all year long. Been so consistent with it. Once again, the changeup on the outside corner, fading away, gets the swing and miss. Good way to start.
Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. VR at 266 with 8 home runs. Price's command has been so good. As you mentioned last time out, 4 walks at Yankee Stadium, but he's only walked 17 men in his last 16 starts. That's in about 100 innings.
I mean, we got so used to him just being lights out, pounding the zone.
A mile-high pop-up into left field. Benintendi will backpedal, back it up now to the wall. Leaping up, he's got it. As he slams into the wall, that kept on carrying.
I tell you what, we haven't seen a lot of days where the ball's carrying, but he just drifted and drifted, almost ran out of room, smashed into the scoreboard, leaned right into it. Could have been worse.
Looked like he took a peek at that flag too. Sends up Adam Jones at 280 with 15 home runs. A lot of at bats against Price in his career, and Price has done a good job shutting him down. He's 236 without a home run against the left-hander.
Boy, you'd think Adam Jones, because he's a home run hitter, at 72 at bats, he'd have at least 1 home run.
Did it run into one?
Yeah.
Nobody on, 2 down. Well, you can get warm in a hurry on a day like today. David Price making his 30th start of the season. That's the 7th time in his career he's reached that plateau. Only 4 other American League pitchers have made 30 or more in as many as 7 of the 10 seasons since Price became a full-time starter. Verlander, Shields, Porcello, and Hernandez.
Well, you'd have to say this is his best season with the Red Sox. Last year he was hurt a lot. Year before he won 17 games, but this year started off so bad, and for him to do what he's done, really the last 3 quarters of the season, best we've seen him in a Red Sox uniform.
And a 2-2. Would not chase it.
Ooh. Boy, he stays out of the middle of the plate. He just does. He carves, slices everything.
Trey Mancini to follow in the payout pitch. And the Bogaerts will hoover that up. And it's a very solid start here for David Price. Gets a 1-2-3 in game 1. Here's a look at the Red Sox lineup now, brought to you by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts. Then it's Benintendi and Martinez. Xander Bogaerts, 96 runs batted in. And Moreland, Kinsler, Devers, Swihart, and Leon. Blake Swihart in right field here in game 1. Ryan Meisinger, 2-0 with a .450 earned run average. He's only worked 20 innings at the big league level. Throws about 90-91. See how long he lasts here today at Fenway Park.
I guess you'd call this an opener in today's game. Not unusual.
He lines that one into center field for a base hit. He has been as hot as a firecracker, and well, he's got 29 stolen bases.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Orioles defense today. They are 13th in the American League in defense. Around the infield, third to first, Renato Nunez at third, Jonathan Villar at second, Steve Wilkerson at second, Trey Mancini at first. Out in the outfield, Adam Jones in left, Cedric Millens in center, Joey Rickard in right. Behind the plate, Austin Wynns catching Ryan Meisinger.
One stolen base away from becoming a 30-30 man.
Oh yeah.
And Benintendi the batter as Mookie holds, and that one flared down the left field line to the corner, but foul.
I like those red on red. Red top, red stirrups, red shoes. It's a good look. Looks like he can fly too.
Holding again and fouled off himself, and a count 0-2 on Benintendi, who singled twice on Monday.
You're not just going to try to sweep this bag, you know, right from the get-go. I mean, you're trying to pick your spot. Time the pitcher.
JD Martinez on deck.
And not a good time to run 0-2.
He would join Jacoby Ellsbury as the only Red Sox to record a 30-30 season. Jacoby did it in 2011. And he had a great year. Now they're thinking he might.
Time out.
When's the last time you saw a pitch out? You don't see that.
I think around 1989.
Yes. Makes you wonder when somebody dives back in like that. He always has a big lead, though.
And there he goes. Got him picked off. Maybe no, he dives back in there. Well, Mookie was going, obviously.
I guess so. We've seen where the pitcher couldn't step off. He froze, and I tell you, it doesn't happen very often to you. He does the right thing, steps off, throws the first. That's panic piece when you're a pitcher. And they're yelling at you, step off, step off. First of all, it's hard to step off. It just is. You're frozen there, and you could balk easily. He's just. There he goes. He's got it easy.
He did too. He got a great jump.
But you know, with 2 strikes, the hitter's got to protect here. But what a jump. See ya. He had that base so stolen. It's just a matter of time. Boy, he's cheating is what he's doing. He's got his momentum going. You got to throw over there, don't you?
Yeah, you would think.
And you got to hold it. That's what you got to do, because he's dancing all over the place, trying to get, a running start. You got to drop a little 2-3 second hold.
Not running here. And a check swing, little roller down the second one on the first, and not in time to turn 2, but Mookie Betts erased at second. Benintendi with an excuse me check swing.
Well, tough at bat for Benintendi with Betts bouncing all over the place over there. Little check swing right back to the pitcher. I thought they might turn a double play. Bad throw, and Beckham can't turn it. Excuse me, VR can't turn it. Almost. That's close play. But Benny's got to get down the line or he's going to get doubled up. Bang, bang there.
GD with a deep drive toward that triangle, sailing out there. Mullins on the move, can't get it. It'll bounce around near that 420 mark. Benintendi stopped at third base. He holds there, so it's second and third on a long double by JD Martinez.
Well, you can't hit a ball that much farther in this ballpark. I mean, you're talking about at the bottom of the wall out there in the triangle. This is as far as it goes. Once again, opposite field. Got a long ways to go out there, Mullins, and he hits the cutoff man, Wilkerson. You see Benny coming around second. Would have been a close play. Getting it into the cutoff man was a big part of that play. Probably was the right idea to stop him, because he's not exactly bolting right there. I'm surprised he didn't read that. Ball's right in front of him. He crushed it.
Infield in now for the Orioles. Second and third with one away for Xander Bogaerts, who continues to close in on a 100 RBI season. He's at 96. Monday 2 for 4 with an RBI.
You would have thought that ball was not going to be caught right off the bat. I mean,
Yeah, you could see it very clearly from our angle.
Easy for us.
So Benintendi at third, Martinez at second. Red Sox looking to strike right away. And 1-0. Missed in.
Once again, 91 mile an hour. That's like Bundy cheese, right? We saw that the other night. That's not a compliment. I'm sorry.
The Red Sox knocked him out pretty quickly. 2-0 and a breaking ball that did not snap. So 3-0. It doesn't mean he's sitting on ball 4. If he gets something to drive.
You aren't kidding.
He has 22 RBIs in his last 30 games. Hit it hard and past Nunez down the line. Benintendi is in. Martinez will also score. Bogaerts into second base. RBIs 97 and 98 for Xander. 2-0 Red Sox.
Well, Bogey, he'll take it now. He gets a fastball that he can spin on inside. He didn't try to lift it. He just smoked it down the line. You see this 3-0 fastball coming right back to you. Right down the left field line. Those are 2 RBIs. That's a beautiful thing right there. Got to know the guy's swinging 3-0. I almost have to throw a slider there. Base open.
Now Mitch Moreland at 242 with 15 home runs. He's trying to get started again before October. Mitch did not play on Monday. He was 1 for 6 in the Cleveland series. And Meisinger has again fallen behind. Red Sox with 3 hits in the inning. Only 1 out, 2 runs home. 98 driven in for the X-Man.
That's a pretty good pitch there. He's not going to get it. I need it. He needs it. But you don't get it. That's paint inside corner.
Ian Kinsler on deck. The 3-0 he's taking, and it is ball 4. I think the Orioles anticipated with Meisinger this is the kind of start he might have at Fenway Park against a lineup like this, and here comes McDowell.
Catch a condensed 2-hour version of this Red Sox game at midnight in Sox and 2. Sox and 2 is brought to you by Cumberland Farms, where you can get an iced coffee for 99 cents, any size, any day.
So a walk to Moreland, and another guy struggling with the bat, trying to reestablish himself offensively is Ian Kinsler.
Everybody should be licking their chops, huh? I mean, my goodness.
Ian trying to snap an 0 for 17.
We talked earlier in the day in the View talking about all the numbers the Red Sox have put up and where they stand in Major League Baseball. They're #1 in so many categories. I mean, not just in the American League. This team has been lighting it up like nobody's business.
So it's Bogaerts at second and Moreland on at first, and in there for a strike.
He needs to get something going, get his confidence going, Kinsler.
And the 0-1. Nothing at 2. Activity in the bullpen. Donnie Hart, the left-hander, loosening up. That did not take long for Baltimore. Two lunging. He loops that one toward left. Jones coming on. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Bogaerts will advance to third and stop there. So Kinsler does bust out, so to speak.
Well, you take anything you can get. 0-2 now. A couple of sliders he threw him. This is I think another decent slider in a decent spot down and away. He just flicks at it, leans over one-handed and flicks it into left field. Adam Jones dekes Moreland halfway to second base. He still gets to second base. Only 1 run can score.
And that is all for Meisinger. He faces 6 batters. He allows a couple of runs. He will leave the bases loaded. And Hart coming out of their bullpen with Devers, the scheduled hitter. They're all filled up. We'll take the break and be back at Fenway here in Game 1 with more in just a moment. Ace Ticket is Red Sox fans' trusted source for tickets. Playoff tickets are available now with lower prices, better service, back with a 200% guarantee. Visit aceticket.com today. All filled up here for Rafael Devers after Meisinger lasts only 1/3 of an inning. They bring on a left-hander, Rafael, 237, 19 home runs.
Those numbers aren't pretty either. The 375 opponent's average.
On the road, it's 395. The batting average he allows. And there's another one sucked down the line. Bogaerts easily in to score. Moreland right behind him. Kinsler to third. They're going to bring him in. He's trying to score. Here's the throw to the plate. It skips and he is safe. Devers cleans him off.
That's some aggressive base running by Kinsler, but how about that shot down the line by Devers? Seemed like that fastball beat him, but it just not enough. Look, he's a little late on this fastball. That's a beautiful thing, though, right down the line. Yes, and everybody's off to the races. You know, Moreland's going to score easy, but you're trying to score from first on a double down left field line. They pushed the envelope there. Close play at the plate. One hop, he couldn't get the tag down.
So all the runs charged to Meisinger in 1/3 of an inning. Devers with a 3-run double. And the Red Sox quickly open up a 5-0 lead here in Game 1.
Devers has been outstanding the last 10 days.
Sure has. Extra base hits, home runs. Driving it. Strike on Blake Swihart, hitting .229, 2 home runs. He's in right field.
Nothing like the pitcher painting 3 runs on you. You leave 3 runs and it didn't last long, huh? Drops a 3 Ernie piece on you. You won't see him sitting at the top of the dugout ready to shake his hand.
No.
When the inning's over.
Actually, you want to go hide somewhere.
Yeah.
And the 0-2. Little pop up toward right, but there's Wilkerson to get to that for the second out of the inning. So the Red Sox are going to send 9 men at least to bat here in the first.
Tune in tonight at 7 for the Bruins pregame action as they host the Red Wings on NESN Plus. Don't forget to download the Bruins schedule on your favorite device by visiting NESN.com/schedule.
Sandy Leon, 185 home runs and 22 driven in, looking to pick up another one here with 2 down And the Sox up by 5 in their first at bat today. And popped up on the infield for Wilkerson to retire the side. But the Red Sox are ahead after 1 in game 1, 5-0. Well, a nice little cushion right away here for David Price. 5-0 Red Sox as we go to the second inning. Mancini, Beckham, Nunez as the left-hander goes for his 16th win of the season and getting offensive support right away. And Mancini, one of the few bats in their lineup who's had a decent year with 23 home runs. They were expecting more. They were expecting more out of a lot of their guys, but 23 home runs, not a bad season. Beckham on deck. And that one socked high and deep, headed for the monster seats, quickly gone. That got out in a hurry. His 24th. That'll make it 5-1.
Yeah, Mancini's a dead fastball hitter. That wasn't one of Price's greatest fastballs.
And Mancini touches them all.
Boy, you can hear the sound of this too. That's cross seamer right down the middle. Coming back to him just a hair. Easy swing. Ball jumped off his bat.
Beckham the DH today, hitting just .225, 12 homers. Thursday a day off, and then Friday through Sunday the Yankees in town. Rick Porcello will go Friday at 7:10. Saturday's a 1 o'clock game, and then Sunday everybody plays at 3 in the regular season finale.
Depending on how they use Eduardo Rodriguez, he may start that game Saturday, depending on if they use him before that or not. 1 inning out of the bullpen, that's what I heard. They'd like to get him used to that bullpen thing like they did last time in Cleveland. He went 2, right? He followed, who did he follow the other day? Oh, he followed Eovaldi.
He followed Eovaldi, yep, and pitched very well.
Seems like a long time ago, and that was day before yesterday.
Been a lot of celebrating since then. 2-1.
You know, you get that 5-run lead. He'd been in the dugout a while, and you know he's a guy that's going to pound the strike zone, and that's how you give up solos.
Well, one of the reasons he had been so successful, has been so successful since the All-Star game, is he's kept the ball in the ballpark. 3 home runs last outing against the Yankees. There'll be ball 4 to Beckham, but before that, in what, 5 starts, he allowed just a couple of home runs. This quality start brought to you by BioFreeze. Price on August 11 against the Orioles. The first game of a day-night doubleheader. He went 6, 5 hits. He struck out 10, didn't walk a soul.
And that was the kind of weekend that it was, just domination. And then Sale pitched the next day, I believe. Sale went 5, punched out 12, so he almost a little topper. But just total dominance. A team that strikes out just to stay in shape.
BioFreeze, pain relief that works. So walk to Beckham. Renato Nunez, third baseman, 257. He's homered 7 times.
You talk about the home runs that were hit off of Price in New York. I think Voit hit 2 of them. Neither one of them went very far. And I know that that's just the way it is. It's Yankee Stadium. I get it, but you can't help but say it.
Yeah, here's credit. David Price after the game said, look, they didn't move the fences back when the Red Sox came up to hit.
Right, I agree. But you see his numbers in New York, ridiculous. 8 innings. I might have missed an inning somewhere, but 8 home runs this season. You don't want him pitching in New York, regardless. You just don't. I mean, whether it's a freak thing or something, you can't help but think there's something going on when he pitches in New York.
Well, if it is the Yankees, he's going to pitch. Well, regardless of whether it's the Yankees or Oakland, he's going to pitch game 2
at home
at Fenway right after Chris Sale. Well, I think the guy you want starting at Yankee Stadium is Nathan Eovaldi.
Yes.
He matches up with the Yankees. Certainly has really effectively.
They chase. They see that fastball and they think they can get there. And he has dominated them. What, 14 innings of goose eggs this year as a Red Sox. He pitched as a Tampa Bay Ray earlier in the year, but we won't count that.
That was a 7-inning stint, but I think he gave up 5 runs.
Yeah, he did.
Beckham on, nobody out. Red Sox up 5-1 here in the 2nd inning. Boy, tough loss for the Oakland A's last night, huh?
Oh, I can't believe it. They blew a 8-6 lead to Seattle.
As they try and chase down the Yankees for that #1 wild card spot. It's a game and a half.
Well, the Yankees have done their thing. They went down to Tampa and beat that tough team 2 times. Yeah, these are the numbers all year long, including that start as a Tampa Bay Ray. Good enough for me.
2.11 ERA. Price looking for that ground ball on the 2-2. Instead, a high twisting fly to left field, backing up Benintendi, backing up to the wall, and that one is going to get out of here. Home run Nunez, his 8th of the season. So 2 in the inning, up into the monster seats.
Boy, a day like today, as soon as he made contact, and after we saw Benintendi have to go to the wall earlier in the 1st inning, I said that ball's gone. He got it up in the air. We haven't seen a lot of games like this year at all. Fastball again, 93, I think, but still, look at that. Location is brutal. And he just touched it off, and it's gone easily. A little shocker.
5-3 all of a sudden. Well, you figured it would be, given the conditions, a very good afternoon to hit. But that's the 2nd home run in the inning allowed by Price. Here's Joey Rickard, 245. He's homered 8 times.
He's struggling a little bit with his command. Sat in the dugout, I told you, a little while, and it's hard to keep focused. I mean, you got to be wired now. You act like this is just another get my start in before the season's over type. That'll wake you up. I mean, you got to have that edge all the time.
That home run went 355 feet. The home run by Mancini went 407.
355 to hit it over that monster right in left center. You think it is farther than that, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. Shot into left center field for a base hit. So Rickert takes the turn. He'll be content with a single. That's hard hit.
Well, these guys are fearless. They're swinging the bats here. And I'll tell you what, that will shake you. I don't care who you are. You don't want to blow a 5-0 lead. Never blown a 5-0 lead in his life. The fastest sport on skates coming to Boston. Watch as athletes race down a 2,000-foot ice track, reaching speeds of 50 miles per hour during Red Bull Crashed Ice, February 8th and 9th in Fenway. Tickets are now available at redbullcrashedice.com.
Austin Wins, the catcher, to climb in. Nobody out. Home run, walk, home run, base hit. Price typically pouring in strikes, but he's thrown 30 pitches, 16 for strikes.
See that?
Another one missing.
Another ugly changeup. He has got that feel.
And that's been such a money pitch for him.
Oh, totally. Came out of the gate punching out Mullins with a changeup. I thought he was going to have dazzle today. Now he's got to get his act together.
Wins, a young catcher. They broke him in early this year. He got his major league debut back in June. Singled in his first at bat against the Yankees for his first major league hit. A man on, nobody out, and 3 runs in. And a very quick turn of events in the Orioles' favor. Yeah, the Red Sox over the weekend hoping to play a very active role on what happens to the Yankees in their travel plans for the wild card game.
The Yankees are in pretty good shape after last night. They're 2.5 up over the A's.
And the 2-1.
Yeah, he's a little frustrated with that changeup. You know, if you're not on time with it and stay on top of it, you'll just shove it outside.
So 3-1 on Wins. As the count his way. And it'll be ball 4. No question that Price is off here. He's walked 2 in the inning, along with 3 hits and the 2 home runs.
Tune in tonight to NESN's news coverage to get a complete recap of Game 3 of the NFL season. Plus, we'll look ahead to the Patriots' Week 4 matchup with the Dolphins. Red Sox NESN coverage of the NFL regular season is brought to you by Cross Insurance, where security meets strength. Yeah, you got somebody up is what's happening, because this is ugly. Something we don't see from David Price for a long time.
Here's the number 9 hitter, Steve Wilkerson, at just 207 with no home runs. Woo! 93 in there for strike 1. Wilkerson called up from AAA on September 5th. But they had him up earlier in the year against Atlanta, and that's when he got his first major league hit.
Yeah, he's a switch hitter. We saw him hit left-handed the other night.
Bobby Pointer loosening.
Jonathan Schoop. I can't believe they got rid of Jonathan Schoop. I thought he was a great player.
Not to mention Manny Machado. You knew that was coming, though. That's in there for a strike. 0-2.
That sort of hung over their head for the longest time. Took forever for him to go to the Dodgers. speculation everywhere.
So it's Rickert at second, Wins at first, nobody out. Price trying to put away the number 9 hitter for that first one, and he does.
That's a comeback right there. That's beautiful. I mean, he attacked him and then he painted him. I thought right there, is he going to throw a changeup? No, he dots a fastball. This is perfect. That's exactly what he needed. 3-pitch strikeout. Can't do anything with that. Maybe that'll turn the corner for him.
Every time a Red Sox pitcher strikes out an Oriole, Lexus will donate $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Here's Mullins now. He whiffed in the first inning. Price looking to repeat that with 1 down, 2 aboard. A good sign there. He started him with a change and got him to cut and miss.
He needs that changeup.
Strike 2.
Now a cutter on the corner. Now he goes. Now he's got it going on. Get himself in the dugout.
Looking to get Mullins for the second time today. And missed up top at 93. Red Sox would win number 106. Not only set the franchise record, but also clinched home field advantage all through the postseason. 1-2.
Yeah, misfired that changeup. 30 pitches on the inning so far. Does he come back with that changeup again? Or cutter away?
Punch foul.
Another changeup. You know what we haven't seen is him pound that fastball in on a right-handed hitter. He did that regular for the longest time. He's changed his pattern a little bit. Because that arm side fastball cutter, he's had that locked in. I mean, he wears out that outside corner so that when he does come inside, they just try to get out of the way and you could dot him.
Well, the 7th pitch of this at bat coming up. Mullins being a little peskier than he was the first time around. 5-3 Red Sox. We're only in the second inning.
You can't get cute and come inside and leave it here, especially the way the ball's carrying.
And it is carrying.
Is he going to go in there sooner or later? I don't know. He's probably going to stay away. Here it is. Didn't give it to him. You see, I don't know if he wanted it or not. The ball might have been high, top of the strike zone. You see the way Leone catches, tries to pull it down.
Three and two.
I think that's a look that he wanted it, but we'll never know.
Runners leading at first and second. They're holding. It's impressive at bat here by Mullins.
He was so far ahead of that changeup. I mean, he hit it in their dugout. 3-2 changeup right down the middle, and there's no way you can keep it fair. I mean, he's so far ahead of this thing.
Rickert and wins the base runners, only one away. And he walks him. 9-pitch at bat for Mullins. That's 3 walks in the inning by Price.
You talk about a tough inning. We haven't seen an inning like this from Price really all year. If you consider the walks, the home runs, and the combinations, like.
Pointer looks like he's ready. What do you think's up with Price?
I just think he's totally off. I mean, he's just off. His command is off. He tries to pick a little bit, whether you know it or not. He just hits corners all the time, and his changeup's been You know, we're so used to him having such a good changeup.
Well, VR is the 8th man to swing in the inning, which began with the Red Sox at 5-0, now 5-3. He got this guy to fly to left the first time up. And the strike. Price's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. He started out very strong. He got the first 2 men rapid fire. In the first inning. Flared foul, 0-2, so he does jump ahead on VR.
He's not exactly thrilled with his fastball today. They've smoked it a couple times. Seen cutters and changeups and 2-seamers. He's not going to throw that cross-seamer.
An Oriole at every base, and the 0-2. He got him. He struck him out, caught him looking.
It's there for him. It's there for him. That's his pitch. And that's a cross-seamer. It might be a 2-seamer that he throws inside. You know, the velocity on that thing is 94, so that's got to be a cross-seamer. It says 2.
His best fastball of the day right there. Here's the 9th man to hit now, Adam Jones. 0 for 1. He's grounded to short. Bases loaded.
And you know he's hacking.
Right away he did. To his left, Devers has it. Goes to second. That will retire the side. In the end, they get the 3 runs. That was a laborer, but it's 5-3 Boston.
Tonight at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud. Available at Men's Warehouse. TC, Manny, and Jim will recap David Price's start against the Orioles.
5-3 Red Sox. We take it to the bottom half of the second inning, and Mookie Betts to lead off here against the left-hander. Mookie singled in the first inning. So the average up to a major league best 344, 32 home runs. Red Sox with 5 runs in the opening inning, 4 hits. But the Orioles came right back, and on the strength of a couple of home runs, they got 3 up there. Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Last 4 games just flat cooking. In fact, it's been longer than that. He's been on fire. Benintendi on deck, and then JD Martinez, who doubled.
He's been using the whole field, Mookie. Line drives to right. Balls off the wall. I mean, he's doing it all. Everything's hit hard, too. This is a guy you'd like to hit the other way. The way he throws that soft two-seamer, changeup, whatever, down and away.
Mookie has homered in each of his last 3 games. Over those 3, he went 10 for 16 with 8 RBIs.
It's a ball.
And Hart, the relief pitcher, with a 3-2. Definitely ball 4.
Well,
so he is on again.
Let's try it again this time off a left-handed pitcher to get number 30. And he's been dancing over there.
And you know, everybody on the Orioles side is very well aware how close he is to a 30-30 season and how special that is. 29 stolen bases.
If you pick the right pitch, you get a stolen base easy because you leave. You just say, I'm going.
Benintendi 0 for 1, but he did reach and scored in the first inning on a fielder's choice.
I mean, he takes as big a lead as anybody. Kind of messed up Benintendi's at bat last time. 0-2. He was running and he fouled it off, and then he had a little weak ground ball back to the pitcher. Then he's trying to accommodate him by taking a pitch too.
He's holding, and that's a strike along the outside.
I mean, it's hard to hit behind a base runner.
You saw it, whoever had to bat behind Ricky Henderson.
Yeah, it was Carney Lansford. I mean, he just would wait and wait and wait, and you get next thing you know, it's 0-2. He told me it drives me crazy.
Foul away. Mookie had taken like a half step back to first base on that one, on that pitch. So definitely not going. Alex Cora, rookie manager with 106 wins. It has been some year for him. What a debut.
There he goes. He's got it.
Here's the throw down. Tag is safe.
Yeah.
Mookie Betts has stolen his 30th base. He is a 30-30 man.
He got a good jump, but boy, did they make it close. I think he missed the tag there. VR, who cares? It's 30.
He is the second Red Sox in the history of this franchise to do it.
Jacoby Ellsbury and Mookie Betts.
30 stolen bases and 32 home runs. in what many believe will be an MVP season.
You see him, he gets a good jump. Picked a good time to go. I thought he had it easy, but this is a nice throw.
Oh, he missed. I mean, yeah.
I don't know who's saying who missed what. See his hand, he didn't tag him, but his hand's on top of his foot. He didn't let him get there. Look at this. Well, you have that foot in the way. How are you going to get to the bag when the guy's foot's right there? But he's off to the races.
So I believe it was Mike Winters.
Oh, he missed. I mean, yeah.
That was the second base umpire, Mike Winters, who said that he missed him. So Benintendi with an RBI opportunity. He can pick up number 85 here. Next up, JD Martinez. Benintendi has kind of punished the Orioles all year. 373 against them with 19 RBIs in 16 games. And here comes Wins. I realize a lot of Red Sox hitters have huge numbers against Baltimore.
You'd think. 15-2 against the Orioles. Somebody's doing something.
Benintendi for the year 373. Betts 365. Brock Holtz hit them very well, 333. Martinez 344. And on it goes against Baltimore, and that'll miss outside. So full count on Benintendi.
I mean, you try to get the runner over to third base, but this guy crossfiring is not the easiest thing to do.
Big cut, got a piece of it.
That was a good swing. We haven't seen a dinger from him in a long time. Not in September, right? He hasn't had one in September.
Yep, that's correct.
Not that you're trying to go bridge here. That.
Nobody out. Betts at second. Another 3-2 on the way to Benintendi. Into left field on the move. Jones. He'll make the catch. Betts back into second. So one man gone. To honor the Red Sox for having the most wins in franchise history, Louisville slugger is releasing his full-size two-tone laser engraved bat. Historic collectible, only $129.95 plus shipping, and will be limited to only 5,000 individually numbered bats. To order yours today, 1-866-280-BATS or go to BigTimeBats.com.
And then all you need is to have everybody sign it.
Which may take a while.
Yes.
But would be well worth it. Fouled away at the plate by JD Martinez, who doubled into the triangle first time up.
That ball's a home run in a lot of ballparks, that first at bat. Had to have gone, what, at least 410, wouldn't you say?
I would think.
Yeah, you know.
One down, the 0-1. Well, if Martinez should reach here, Xander Bogaerts would bat for the second time. He already has driven in 2 runs today, and that would put him in a position to drive in 100 runs for the season and get that out of the way very quickly in his first couple of at-bats. There's a shot to right field, but it hangs up. And Rickard backpedaling. He's got it. On to third, Mookie Betts.
On Sunday, November 18th, the world's fastest field sport returns to Boston for the Fenway Hurling Classic. Tickets for this special hurling tournament are on sale now. Visit redsox.com/hurling for tickets and more info.
So Xander with a 2-run double in the first inning. Has a runner at third, 2 away. His 22nd home run would also do the trick.
Boy, he got a 3-0 pitch that he didn't try to leave, you know, just hit it hard, pulled it down the left field line. 2 RBI.
Woo! Well, he's been doing that all season long, right? Those extra base hits with men on at second or third. He has 27 extra base hits with runners in scoring position. That's number 1 in all of baseball. And that goes back to a conversation that he had with Alex Cora in spring training. They wanted him driving it. Mullins going back, still backing up to the triangle. Went a long way for that. That really carried, but he makes the catch and a runner left at third.
October is almost here. NESN.com are your home for complete coverage of the Sox throughout the postseason. We'll have a full hour of access and analysis from our Hall of Fame broadcast team before and after games. Soxtober on NESN is presented by Old Dominion Freight Lines and buyatoyota.com.
Underway, top of the third, 5-3 Boston. And Price looking to shake his difficulties last inning. 2 very different innings. A 1-2-3 first, no trouble at all, but a real labor last inning. 3 runs, 3 hits, couple of home runs, and walking 3 men. So trying to figure that out. And he's gotten in front 0-2 on Mancini.
That changeup is so good with Price because he gets, you know, he's really creeps into it. He gets a sign, he waits, and then he kind of jumps at you.
Boy, long time now since he walked that many men in an inning. Got to go back 6 years.
Maybe a little letdown, you know, 5-0. You kind of lose it sometimes. You don't stay focused. You think you are. Next thing you know, guy hits a home run. He had 2 home runs, went out of the ballpark in a hurry. Here's that creepy changeup again.
Xander Bogaerts will scoop and fire. Mancini retired, 1 away. Let's get on to Garen.
Thanks, Obi. Well, Monday was a very special night, just a huge accomplishment for this team. And after the game, Alex Cora and Dustin Pedroia both spoke to the team. And Pedroia told me that when he's playing, he's always so focused. He never really appreciates anything. And he told this group to really sit down and appreciate the moment, because this is really something to be proud of. And guys, after the game, or yesterday, Cora told us that he got so many messages after the game, including one from Astros manager A.J. Hinch. And he said he's actually really glad that they had yesterday to kind of appreciate it, but now they can put that all behind them and focus on this long day of baseball. Guys.
Garrett, thank you. A base hit stung up the middle by Beckham, who drew a walk and scored first time up, so he's on. I thought what Alex said after Monday's win was really appropriate. He said, look, it's okay to stop, to pause here for a moment and realize what the Red Sox have done and the specialness of the season. In other words, don't be too cool for school. That's 106 and 51.
I mean, there's a time and a place to be too cool for school. That's not one of them. And that's a big number. And, you know, you talk about the history of this team.
118 years.
I mean, really.
No Red Sox team has ever done this. So he just wanted everyone to kind of pause for a moment and go, yeah. I mean, sometimes we're even in a little bit in awe of all of these wins and where the Red Sox are ranking wise. We showed you some of those in the open. Not number one in all those categories just in the American League. It's all the baseball.
But, you know, when you follow a team every day, there's a tendency to almost take it for granted.
Sure.
You know, because they've been lapping the field for a long time.
In what was supposed to be a really tight race, and that never really materialized. Not for very long anyway. Early July, the Red Sox taking over first place, and they never lost it. And soon enough, the next season for the Red Sox, that will begin on Friday, October 5th. That is game 1 of the American League Division Series right here at Fenway. Nunez, first time up, belted a home run. He fouls that one off himself.
Well, he swung the bat since he's gotten here. Last night, or the day before, he got 3 hits, I recall. All of them hit hard. Yeah, he's having a nice September for them.
Well, he is. He's homered 5 times this month. And he's hitting about 325. They may be onto something here.
Another changeup.
Renato Nunez. Here's the 1-2. Now, we had plenty of sunshine when we got underway, but right now it's become very overcast.
I kind of like the clouds right now. It takes about 10 degrees off.
It really has. Very muggy day. A little bit of blue up there, but not much. Beckham on at first, and a 2-2.
Got him set up for a fastball inside. This guy's got some pop, though. See if he creeps in there with a fastball. Yes.
Inside, and got him right there in the corner. Made a great pitch there.
See how easy that is? I mean, I could just talk about it, but you got to get it done. And he did have him set up for that fastball in, and that's what David Price is known for, being able to stick that fastball on the inside corner. That's his 3rd pair of shoes today.
Now, don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings live right after the game. WB Mason wants to congratulate the Boston Red Sox on their historic season. Who but WB Mason? Joey Rickard base hit first time. He's 1 for 1. He tags that one into left. Benintendi backing up, has to play it off the 10. Back to Betts into third very quickly is Beckham. They're going to try and score him. Bogaerts throws it home and cuts him down out at the plate. Out number 3 on a fine relay by Xander Bogaerts. 5-3 Boston. You buy New England Chevy dealers in the Chevy Silverado.
This play off the wall, you're saying if they can get it into Bogaerts, he's got a shot at Beckham at the plate. This is easy. This is an easy out. Play catch with the catcher, and you see Beckham out. They only sent him because there was 2 outs.
Have you ever seen 2 guys taking that much time to load on their throws on a relay?
I know, it's like the playing catch. Like, it's no big deal. We got him at the plate. Take your time.
And not a close play.
Nope.
John Means coming on. The left-hander becomes the 3rd pitcher to work now for Baltimore. Alex Speer joining us from the Boston Globe. But, you know, Mookie Betts today setting a little bit of history for himself again, becoming the 2nd Red Sox player ever to get 30-30.
He's an extraordinary. We know it. We've been watching it, but you almost have to step back and think about context for what an amazing season it's been. Not only is he the 2nd Red Sox to have a 30-30 season, and you know, you kind of line it up against the 2011 season of Ellsbury, which was amazing in its own right. Truly the best all-around season I had ever seen, I think, before this one. He's been better in every category, in every facet of the game. Higher batting average, better plate discipline, more efficient stolen base guy than Ellsbury was that year, more consistent power than Ellsbury had that year. The batting average is unbelievable.
That's a foul ball.
Ellsbury probably drove in a few more runs. He got 100 RBI, didn't he?
He did drive in some more runs that year, but you know, that's because Mookie Betts is one of the leading hitters in Major League Baseball with runners in scoring position. He just didn't. He went the first half of the season without anyone in scoring position because of the problems in the bottom third of the lineup. And on top of all of that, Buck Showalter said today that he's the best defensive right fielder he's ever seen. So
ever seen.
Well,
not in Boston.
No. Correct.
Anywhere.
Well, I already dropped Willie Mays on him. You can't get any better than that.
Yeah, you did him a real favor there, down into the corner, and a foul ball. But you know what? You have to start considering Mookie in that kind of a light, don't you?
I think Willie Mays is, you know, if you look at some of his 30-30 season, he had a transcendent one early in his career when I think he had 45, 50 homers on top of it. But if you look at the consistency of the extra base knocks and the fact that from a stature standpoint, Willie Mays was not a big man. Willie Mays was like a 5'10" guy. Mookie Betts' consistency as an extra base guy, a guy who consistently slugs the ball like few other players. There's something that's similar there, as well as with the all-around game. I actually was looking at this today, some comparisons of other great 30-30 seasons.
Excuse me.
No, not at all.
I followed that ball into the stands and somebody gets hit. I felt.
You cringe.
She didn't catch it. Sorry.
No problem. The other guy who comes to mind is honestly Pittsburgh Barry Bonds in some ways because of how good he is in terms of plate discipline.
And Moreland with a cut and a miss, down on strikes. And one man away for Kinsler. So, you know, I felt, and I wonder if you did, Eck agrees with this, that, you know, about 2 weeks ago, it started to shift firmly into the Mookie Betts camp for MVP. And then he goes to New York and he has a 5 RBI game, hits the bomb against Chapman on a clinch night. The kind of thing that he's been doing all year in big games, kind of thing an MVP would do. And it shifted firmly in his direction away from anybody else.
100% agree. I think that was a pivotal moment in terms of kind of creating separation perhaps in what had been an interesting ongoing argument throughout the year.
And Cini will gobble that up and get the bag 2 down.
The fact that it was on that stage in a clinching performance was a reminder of what number, and it was part of a 4-for-5 game too. We should also look at the composite of what he was doing, which continued these unbelievable number of games in which he's had multiple extra base hits. There he is. He followed that with another 4-hit game in Cleveland with another home run against another contender. It is just astonishingly consistent. And so and the fact that Martinez doesn't have a ton of homers in September has also taken away from his case a little bit and allowed Betts to emerge as the clear favorite for MVP.
I agree. I mean, those 2 games back to back were 8 for 11, right? Couple doubles, 4 doubles, 2 dingers. No one's done that. I saw that somewhere that it's like in 100 years no one's done it in back-to-back games. But this is the signature moment you see right there. The slider. I swear he was looking for it.
I'm with you on that. The other thing that's interesting about that is that it did come on a slider because that was a pitch that he couldn't hit for power last year. He did make some swing adjustments this year, getting more on plane, more kind of geared for launch angle, getting the ball in the air, and that was a swing that encapsulated it because the height of that fly ball, it was 36 degrees off the bat, which is I think the 3rd highest home run he's hit ever, and the first that wasn't at Fenway. You know, it wasn't just one of those little pop-ups.
He hit a moonshot here 2 nights ago, right?
Yeah.
It was up in the air forever.
That was another one. You're absolutely right, and that's a swing that he doesn't take until 2018 in my mind.
Play-by-play guys love that. It's up there all night. You've got time to, you know, read poetry if you want.
It looked like it posed against the facade at Yankee Stadium.
It really did. Popped up here by Devers on the infield and charging on Nunez to make the play. Can you hang with us?
Absolutely.
All right, Alex Speer joining us here. It is 5-3. Sox have the lead over the Orioles.
Are AL East champions for the record 3rd straight year. Relive all the best moments from the season, the grand slams, the defensive gems, and the historical milestones. Don't miss Red Sox Best of 2018 Monday night at 8 on NESN. It's brought to you in part by Nissan, proud partner of the Boston Red Sox,
who have a 5-3 lead on Baltimore as we proceed to the 4th inning in game 1 of the doubleheader. Alex Speer of the Boston Globe kind enough to hang in there with us another inning. Austin wins, leading things off here, and we were talking about Mookie Betts and the specialness of the season that Mookie has had as Kinsler drifts into right field and under for the putout. Don't you feel like, I mean, he's had a great year before, 2 years ago, 318, 31 homers, 113 RBIs. In fact, just missed a 30-30 year. Different this year in so many respects because the Red Sox have been not a good but a great team. He's been the leader there. He's moved from star to superstar, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that he has moved on to Planet Trout, quite frankly, this season. We didn't know that anyone else in baseball was capable of a Trout-like season. The 5-tool impact, where it is greatness in every phase of the game.
Moreland will flip that on to Price. 2 fast outs.
And this is the year where Betts has shown that that his game as an AL MVP runner-up in 2016 had a whole nother level, one that was much higher than it was in that year. The consistency of the really hard contact, the incredible pressure performances, the ability to have those kinds of epic at-bats like the grand slam against Happ. There's so many different signature moments of the season, but the consistency of excellence. His slumps this year have kind of been around in his slumps, he's had an OPS around 900 for a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
He's just created a very different baseline that exists for any other player in the game save for one.
I just think he's the most exciting base runner in baseball today. He's a great base runner. I mean, super high intelligence, great instincts, all of that stuff, and obviously has speed. But he's thrilling because he's daring on the base.
He is absolutely the gutsiest base runner in baseball. And I think that, in fact, when you would talk to people like Gary DiSarcina, who had been the bench coach who had worked with Trout in Los Angeles as well as in Boston, he said that was the separator. Betts has no fear on the bases. Trout is great, and up until this year had been at a level ahead of Mookie. But Mookie is a different kind of base runner. You remember things like the double stolen base that he had against the Nationals a couple of years ago.
Yes, right.
You've seen him advancing 2 bases on a ground out. He is someone who has great court vision. He was a point guard in high school and a really good one at that. And I feel like he sees the entire field, the entire game very well.
And he makes those rapid fire decisions on the base, split second literally, and he's gone.
Yeah, it's kind of it reminds me a little bit. Bo Jackson, a few decades ago, was in this one rundown, and there was just this one moment of hesitation, and he burst across the plate in the middle of it. That's kind of Betts. He sees that tiny opening, and he's going for it.
Price with a really slick inning. Gets him 1, 2, 3. Alex, always a pleasure. Thanks so much.
Great to see you guys. Thanks for everything.
Thanks,
really
Alex.
enjoyed having you in the booth. 5-3 Red Sox. game number 158. Red Sox lost to Colorado 8-3. John Lackey giving up 3 home runs took the loss. Jared Saltalamacchia, bright spot, hitting a 2-run homer in the 9th inning. One tag foul out of play by Blake Swihart in the bottom of the 4th inning. 5-3 Red Sox in front. Sox got 5 right away in the 1st inning. Orioles came back with 3 in the 2nd. Game 1 of the twin bill. And popped to right. Rickard plenty of time to make the catch, one away. And Blake Swihart 0 for 2, but Blake has become increasingly a more important guy on this ball club. Remember early in the season he wasn't getting any at bats. He wasn't getting any playing time. There's a lot of talk on the talk shows and all around town and in the newspapers about, you know, what about Blake Swihart? Is he going to play?
You know, I tell you what, at some point he got his agent involved saying he wanted out, and they could have, you know, found a way to get him out of here. And I'm glad they didn't, because as it turned out, you saw Vasquez get hurt and he found his way. He can hit and he's so athletic. You know, you don't want to get into what's going to happen next year because they've got to finish this year off. But, you know, the fact that he's going to be on the playoff roster and you can do a lot with him.
Yeah, he's played 6 different defensive positions this season. Catcher first, left, right, third, and second. Put him on wheels. And, of course, he can run. He can steal you a base.
You know, that's why it's hard to get a catcher in there. You know, Leon's really defensively calling the games, probably the best catcher. At least that's what you hear, you know. And the numbers don't lie. I mean, his ERA, whatever it is, probably the best in the game. But, you know, you're going to have to pinch hit for him. And
so here's a nice play with 2 hands.
That's how you do it.
Fist bump as well.
But you haven't seen Swihart catch everybody. He just hasn't. I mean, Vasquez has.
In there for strike 3 on Sandy Leon. 2 down. Friday at 5:30. Don't miss Friday Night Fenway, presented by Budweiser. TC will have an exclusive interview with Alex Cora. Budweiser, legendary lager for legendary moments. And Mookie Betts batting for the first time since he pinned down a 30-30 season with a stolen base, and on the afternoon a single and a walk along with that theft.
Alex Speer should be his PR guy, huh? Seriously.
Yeah. He's got it all.
He's got it all. That's why I love Alex. I could ask him anything and he will give me a rundown. I need to take him everywhere I go.
Does Mookie need a PR guy though?
No, not really. What's it like to be Mookie in this city, I wonder?
You know, I wonder that from time to time too. Can Mookie go anywhere?
You wouldn't think so.
Can he pop into Dunkin' Donuts? That one tagged down the line. Up against the wall. He's got another extra base hit. And he reaches base for the 3rd time today. He is locked in. Absolutely locked in. Time for Built for Baseball, presented by T-Mobile, the stolen base.
You knew sooner or later he was going to go. He got a good jump. The throw was pretty good. The tag didn't get down, but he'll take it. Number 30 for Mookie Betts.
Oh, he missed. I'm there.
What a year.
Man, what a year. As we're talking about him, he's hitting number 47, his doubles, trying to get to 50. That's something that Bregman has done with the Astros at third baseman. 30 home runs, 50 doubles.
And Benintendi scored a run in the 1st inning. He's also lined out hard to left. 2 down. And a generous call.
Benintendi needs a double for 40. This is a doubles team. The Red Sox always have been. They need another home run for 200 on the button.
Two-1 from the left-hander. 5 runs on 6 hits for the Red Sox, 3 runs on 5 hits for Baltimore. Red Sox have not scored since the first inning. And a 2-2. A lunging Tapper. Mancini on a charge, has to flip, gonna be close, he's gonna be safe. Down to third, Mookie Betts stopping there. Be a base hit for Benintendi.
I'm surprised Mookie didn't try to score on that, but that had base hit written all over it with a slow left-handed pitcher. Falls off the other way, right? Weak ground ball. You got to get there because he can run, and he's safe easy. He'll take that. You saw the left-hander. Look how slow he's going over there. No foot speed. Benny beats it.
His first hit today. Sox have 7. RBI opportunity here for JD Martinez. JD with a long double in the first inning into the triangle, and he would score. 1 for 2 so far today. Another RBI chance. Martinez has homered 9 times against the Orioles in 17 games. And he's hitting .344 against Baltimore. Sox have 4 doubles this afternoon. And Means with a 2-0. High fly ball left field deep, and forget about this one. It is gone out of Fenway. 42 for JD Martinez, and he has tied the franchise record for a first-year player in a Red Sox uniform.
He just waited around for a little 2-0 cookie, and he lost it. I mean, this is exactly where this ball should go. 2-0 cross seam middle, and he just lifts it out of here, and contact. As soon as you heard the contact, it's like, put it on the board, forget about it.
So 42 home runs, 127 RBIs.
How do you throw him a 2-0 fastball right down the middle? Whew.
Totally out of Fenway. And the Sox open up an 8-3 lead. What a sound that is. And it does sound different off his bat.
Yes.
Than anybody else.
I agree.
So as mentioned, tied with Dick Stewart, 1963, 42 home runs, first season with the Red Sox. Well, you get up there over Manny, and you've done something. Speedway donating $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer. Speedway, New England's first choice for value and convenience, and the largest convenience store contributor to Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
Well, he picks his spot to spin, to turn, and he got ahead in the count 2-0.
Boy, that one ripped foul by Bogaerts. He was on it.
Oh yeah, he hit an 89-mile-an-hour cookie out of here. They have beaten the Orioles every way you can beat them. I mean,
that, by the way, was the 200th home run of the year for the Red Sox.
Right.
Who hit 168 last year.
Well, you think about it, 168, and you add his 42. I mean, you can't beat any team any worse than they beat the The Orioles, I mean, ridiculous.
Really can. When you think of the sheer number of times they meet, you know, when you're meeting 19 times.
It's got to be the worst year of his career, Buck. There's no way he's had any year that touches this. This is an historic year in the opposite way.
Yep. Loss today would be their 112th. I don't remember a manager ever losing that many games who kept his job.
Right.
But he's been able to maintain that.
Well, he's got a Hall of Fame resume, really. I mean,
oh, he's an outstanding manager.
Yeah, he's got a, if you manage, you know, another 5 years or whatever.
Xander Bogaerts swings and misses, and he is retired on strikes, but the Red Sox put up 3 more on the blast by JD Martinez. Series. What do you think? Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. Some are proposing that. Text your answer 536 536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote. What do you think?
Well, I totally agree with that. You know, they just have to find time. I mean, we know you go into November to begin with, but if you're one of those wild card teams, you know, if one game, you know, the Yankees have won what, 97 games. The A's are right there too, right? Probably 95 wins. And you got to play one game. That's just wrong. And then you got the Indians. If you're, you know, the luck of the draw, what division you're in.
And that's a terrific team. I know what you're saying.
But as a fan, I love the wild card game. It's the most exciting game there is.
It's do or die.
Yes.
You're going to do it.
Yeah. But I mean, it's exciting pitch to pitch. It doesn't get any better than that.
I've done several of them, and I agree with you. I think it's pulsating from the very first pitch. And one mistake can cost you the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
One bad pitch, get down 3-0, boom. You're in a giant hole. You may never come back from that. So what you're saying is you'd like to see 3 games, the best of that.
Maybe the guy with the best record gets to play maybe all at his place. I don't know. And then, you know, what you'd have to go through to win that 2 out of 3 is really going to be difficult the next series you play. And that's what, you know, winning the pennant should get you. Some kind of advantage. To me, this wild card game, which is difficult, whoever wins have got momentum like you read about. They start that next playoff game, which will be against the Red Sox, geared up. They're ready. That's what frightens me, you know, for the Red Sox. Now, I don't know what team anybody really wants to play.
2-2. Yep.
You know the Yankees so well. Is that a good thing?
I believe
so?
it is.
You do.
I think that familiarity would help the Red Sox, and the Sox getting the first 2 at home. Huge help.
Oh, yeah.
Against the Yankees or Oakland. You love the idea of the wild card unless you have to play it.
I know.
The one game.
And I feel for those guys.
You love it when somebody else has to do it.
I like to watch it.
Yes.
Don't want to be a part of it because it's not fair.
So you start the season a little bit earlier. Now this year began in March, very end of March, but maybe it starts a couple of days earlier so that you can get it in before the end of September.
Right.
If you're going to play a best of 3. That would make sense.
And they have those tiebreakers they've got to have a day for too, right? Monday.
That's right. Yep. Line drive that'll settle down into left and get to Benintendi quickly. So VR is on with a base hit to be in the 5th here. And the Red Sox with an 8-3 lead thanks to the blast by JD Martinez.
Tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, get highlights and reaction from the Garden as the Bruins host the Red Wings in preseason action. NESN Sports Today presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
Adam Jones 0 for 2. Well, the word was the Phillies were after him very hard. They might not have been the only club around the trade deadline, but Adam Jones basically said, you know what, I'm good. I'd like to stay right where I am.
I think he bought Cal Ripken's house, Jr.
Because family ensconced there in Baltimore, you know, kids in school and all of that.
And he's really involved community-wise, this guy.
Yeah, very much. He had the ability to go just about anywhere. Price will handle that. Get him at first base. Down to second is VR. 1 away.
Price had a chance to go to second. He thought, never mind. I'll just get 1 here. 8-3. Don't make any mistakes here. See this little chopper to him. He gets to it all right. There's a play at second. Is there? If he guns it there is. But take the sure out.
Mancini is homered and grounded to short. The Red Sox have won 106 times. The Houston Astros also, with a 5-game winning streak, have reached 100. Record of 157 for the defending champions. The Yankees could do it too. They're 97 and 60. In for a strike. And Stephen Wright up in the bullpen.
I can't see Price going more than this. This is his last inning. He had a lot of stress throws in that second inning, man.
Well, he's got a 5-run cushion. He's at 84 pitches.
No reason to go 6. Well, I tell you, he gets out of this inning. I give him credit because he was behind the 8 ball. I've never seen him in that situation. Nobody out in the second inning. Walking guys, couple home runs. Thank you. Dotted it twice.
1-2. The second game to come at 7 tonight. Chris Sale will make that start as he preps for postseason play. And Price trying to put away Mancini here, and he does. He got him. 94.
Yeah, good time to hump up after throwing him all those little darts on the corner. He humps up and goes right down Broadway. Let's he get after it there. Ball upstairs and it beat him.
Talked to a lot of people, I think you have too, who watched Chris's last start, 3 1/3 against Cleveland. You know, struck out 7, couple of runs, 5 hits, and they were like, yeah, I get it. It's against the Indians, but I still need to see 97, 98 to feel great about him.
Well, that's, you know, Cora was talking about that. He was talking about how these guys, and he saw it last year in the playoffs, that all the pitchers.
Runner goes, and that'll be in for a strike.
Well, he can have that.
BR down to third.
Congratulations. But meanwhile, you know, velocity goes up with the adrenaline in the playoffs. That was his answer to it. I agree. But we'd still like to see it because we saw 100 at some point during the summer.
And you go back to like Baltimore.
Yes.
When he was throwing 100.
Yes.
And they couldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. Ground ball. Kinsler will have that and retire the side. So David Price works his way through 5 with an 8-3 lead. At the midway point here in game 1, Sox up 8-3 as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Mitch Moreland leads it off, a walk and a run for Mitch. He's also struck out today. Means the lefty, and that one torched and a fair ball down the line. Karams off the sidewall. Moreland for second, and Rickard's throw is going to be quite late. He's got himself a double. Well, the Red Sox get that guy swinging a bat like that. That would be a very big development. Final field for the postseason is almost set across baseball. There's still some exciting action left to watch on MLB.tv for $25.99. Watch every out-of-market game left in the regular season. Visit MLB.tv to take advantage of this limited time offer. And the knuckleballer continues to warm up as Kinsler gets in 1 for 2 with a base hit. And a red-hot Rafael Devers on deck.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Moreland came out swinging. I love that attack. You get a pitch to hit, go to work. Mitchie 2 bags. Haven't seen that in a while.
His 22nd double. And a mile-high pop-up, but they'll twist foul back out of play.
Yeah, Mitch just gets a fastball inside. He turns on it. I mean, he had a laser down the line, and he had to get on his horse to get that double.
Mookie's got 47 of them, by the way. So
yes.
That's a 50 double season still possible for Mookie if he plays enough. You know, all through the upcoming weekend against the Yankees. So you're talking about 30 stolen bases, 30 home runs, maybe 50 doubles. That one torched down the line. There's another one. Moreland will score easily. And Kinsler with his second hit. He's 2 for 3 today. So a couple of guys trying to get back into the swing of things. Moreland and Kinsler, they're doing it today.
Back-to-back torch jobs, just like you said. Mediocre cheese is going to get toast. Look at this. That ball is nothing. Fastball. And I mean, he rifles this ball down left field line, almost identical to Mitch. He takes the left field line. Mitch had taken the right field line. Back-to-back doubles. And he needs it. Kinsler needs to get some confidence kicking.
Well, right now, this young man seems to have plenty. Rafael Devers with a 3-run double in the first inning.
Yeah, he slashed that ball the other way. Everybody scored.
A 9-3 Red Sox lead. Red Sox playing their second doubleheader of the season. The other one was also against Baltimore, Camden Yards, and they swept that 5-0 and 6-4. That was on August 11th. Nobody out. Here's the 2-1. The sun emerging again. So shadows around home plate. Man, that's a lot of doubles. 341.
Every year they lead the world in doubles.
He was in attack mode there. 3-2. Red Sox have doubled 6 times today and have a 3-run homer from JD Martinez as well. And JD has one of the doubles. And a payoff pitch. Nine runs and 10 hits today for Boston. 3 runs, 6 hits for Baltimore.
A lot of pitches to hit too.
And there's a shot into right field for a base hit. We'll see if Kinsler can score. He's going to round, and yes, he will. And the Red Sox will hit double digits today. That's a 4 RBI afternoon for Rafael Devers.
Well, I tell you, he got so many pitches to hit in that at bat. Swung and missed one of them, but I'll tell you what, he had just 1 strike left to hit a bullet to right field. Once again, cross seam salad right down Broadway. I mean, they're going to smoke this thing. Now, this is the big leagues.
(10-3) Boston. Well, the kid is closing the season in fine fashion, isn't he?
He really is. I mean, he's been on fire. I don't know his numbers since he came back, but you know how far back you want to go, but it just seems like the last 10 games he's been ridiculous.
3 home runs in the last 10.
I mean, he just come alive. Oh,
high fly foul on a play by Swihart. Has gone 0 for 2.
And this is BP now.
Cody Carroll, the thin right-hander, working in their bullpen. Nobody out.
You know, my question is to the Red Sox, how are they going to stay sharp? You know, their question was asked to Alex, how are you going to do it? You know, those 5 days, you're going to have a inter squad game, whatever. You got to come up with something.
And down he goes on strikes, and Swihart fans, he's 0 for 3 today. At the Cancer Center at Beth Israel Deaconess, imagining a world without cancer isn't their dream, it's their job. BIDMC is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. On top 10-3. Sandy has popped up and struck out. I think it's a legitimate concern.
Yeah.
You know,
it's always
that's
concern.
a lot of time off.
All the teams I played for that swept in the playoffs, we had a hard time the next series, which was the World Series back then. You didn't have to go through so many layers of playoffs.
Well, Zhu Lin has a bat. He is in the on deck area and would hit for Mookie Betts, who today has singled, doubled, scored another run, stolen his 30th base. And become the second 30-30 man in Red Sox history. He's also scored his 126th run. One. Floater toward left, send Jones in. He's got that for the second out. So 2 gone, we go down to Garrett.
Oh, yeah, because you guys have been talking about Mookie Betts. It seems like he's heating up at the right time. 3 home runs in his last 3 games. And I was talking with hitting coach Tim Hires, and he said with Mookie, it's all about pitch selection, and that he's been much more aggressive. And he said, and once Mookie starts getting a couple hits, his confidence starts building. And once he gets going, you can't stop him. And as you guys have talked about him going to another level of star status, there has not been a ballpark that we have gone to this season where the fans do not chant MVP every time Mookie is at bat.
Especially here at Fenway, of course. But so many Red Sox fans do travel well. So he hears that everywhere. And I would bet, you know, a couple of occasions some of the opposing fans may have joined in, depending on the ballpark. Not New York.
I couldn't begin to tell you how to get him out.
How do you get him out?
I don't really know. And I've watched him because I've seen him hit everything. He's such a good breaking ball hitter. He keeps his hands back, and you know how quick his hands are. And I love the fact that he's aggressive. I like when he's aggressive.
1-1. Of course, I'm joking with you. I know you just said that, you know, I don't know how to get him out. But you've said that several times this season, that, you know, when he's going like this, there is no spot to go to.
No, they throw one up and in is what they do, and we get crazed. Severino threw one up and in, and everybody went crazy.
Let's see who's fresh off the farm, presented by Nelly's Free Range Eggs. Then in September, 455 with his first home run.
What's the chance of him making this playoff roster?
He'll ground that one up the middle.
We'll find out.
And BR will sling it on to get him for out number 3. Baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Lexus and the Lexus Strikes on Hunger program. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, low hidden fees. That's transparency. Top of the 6th inning. Red Sox head 10-3. Here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Zue Lin checking the chart. He's now in center field. Mookie Betts out of the ball game. Stephen Wright in as well. And looking to play a very key role in the Red Sox bullpen in October. 3-1, a nifty 2.66 ERA.
He has done a nice job out of the bullpen. 1 unearned run his last time out, but he's got it going on. I mean, biggest thing is throw strikes. That's what you worry about.
David Price in line for the win. He went 5, 3 runs, 6 hits, settled down after a rough 2nd inning and pitched very effectively after that.
I mean, that was huge for him, and that was that 2nd inning. I mean, he was in trouble. 3 runs in, bases loaded, 1 out, got out of it.
Nunez a home run and a strikeout today, 1 for 2.
I mean, that pitch there is uncatchable. I mean, when he throws the nasty stuff, it's uncatchable to me. This one is so late. This is so late. Watch it go down. Look at that thing. How are you supposed to catch that? You can't present it.
As Bob Uecker used to say, wait for it to stop rolling.
Right.
Go pick it up. 3-1. And Sandy Leon and Christian Vasquez and Blake Swihart, they do a nice job with it. And he throws it harder than most knuckleball guys.
Fastball, 83. But it's got to be pressure galore on the a catcher with a guy on third base late in the game. You know, you talk about bringing him in on what, 8th inning or something. It's just the pressure builds.
Payout pitch. He struck him out. Caught him looking, 1 away.
That ball dipped just enough at the end to catch the top of the strike zone. He thought it was high. See how high this ball is, and then it comes down just a little bit, catches the up and in, and gets the called third. He thought that was a ball easy.
Nunez fans 1 away for Joey Rickard, who has singled and doubled today.
That's the hard one. You'd think the hard one would be easier to catch, right? And because the slower one's really moving. Back to back, right on top of one another. I mean, that's identical. I mean, it's hard to throw 2 of the same knuckleball, but that's it.
And from time to time, you'll see guys, when they're warming up and they're throwing on the side, not pitchers, position players mainly, messing around with throwing a knuckleball.
Yeah, I didn't like playing catch with anybody messing around, because if you throw a good one, it's hard to catch it, and I'm trying to relax and play catch.
You don't want to be taking it right in the shin.
Yeah, right.
Did you ever mess with one?
No, never.
Never did. Never even thought I'm gonna just mess around with this today.
No, it's funny. I never did.
Spring training.
No, I don't know why. I just never did.
Just to see if you could throw it. I see guys doing it all the time, and some of them have pretty good ones.
Yeah, I'm figuring I'm Gas Masterson. I'm just gonna
Gas Masterson does not mess with a knuckleball. And there's another one in there for strike 3.
Here we go. He's got it going on. See how much this one dances. He's throwing hard ones. This is a softer one, high on the strike zone. Didn't really do all that much, but he took it. He probably thought it was high, but he's a pair of shoes. 2 in a row.
Here's the catcher, wins. He's walked and popped up. Two down. Red Sox with a commanding 10-3 lead here against Baltimore. And he's just burying the strike zone.
God, it looks so easy.
And it's so not.
I know.
Slapped into center field for a base hit. So Wins is on with a 2-out single.
Yeah, you get
CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives, moving us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. You can learn more at cvshealth.com/be-the-first. Number 9 hitter Wilkerson has been called out on strikes. He's also grounded out 0 for 2. Two men out. That's right through Leon. That's a strike, and the runner will advance down to second base.
That tells you everything right there. That tells you everything. I mean, even when he throws a strike right down the middle, you can't catch it. That ball's right down the middle. And it goes to the backstop. I mean, that is what frightens me more than anything else.
Pass ball. Runner in scoring position for Wilkerson. And a ground ball to Moreland. He'll handle that. Flip on the pitcher, and the side. He is retired. One hit, one man left. All the way to the backstop, right through Sandy. He's like, yeah, I had it right there. Then it was gone. You saw it.
It found its way somehow all the way to the backstop.
You're talking about a really outstanding major league defensive catcher.
Right.
And, you know, what do you do?
It's fascinating.
There's so much sympathy on behalf of the guy who throws it when that happens, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Steven had a bemused look on his face, like, yeah, I've seen that before. I feel for you, brother. Benintendi, 1 for 3 today with a couple of runs. Had an infield hit last time up. He'll stroke that one. A diving play by Wilkerson to steal a hit. One gone.
That averages out that weak hit that he got last time, and then this great play by Wilkerson laying out. Perfect timing, full extension. It's a little L4.
So Buck Showalter out. He's going to go to his bullpen again. That's it for Means, who went 3 1/3, giving up 6 hits and 5 earned runs.
Yankees. I think he went in the Britton deal, if I recall. He was the big piece.
You know, Dustin Pedroia has been such a huge figure for the Red Sox over the years, and I know he had a couple of very nice things to say about this particular year's team after the Red Sox got to 106. But he was talking about lessons that he has learned in a life of Major League Baseball.
I think one thing that I've learned since I haven't, really played this year is I never really enjoyed, anything. You're always focusing on, everything. So, I try to tell the guys, it's good to kind of sit down and enjoy the moment, things like that. So, it's pretty special what this team has done. It's the best regular season in the history of this organization. So, they should understand that and be proud of that.
You played with a lot of these guys for a long time, especially some of them when they were very young. How proud are you of what they've been able to accomplish this year?
Yeah, they've been great. All of them. I think the last couple of years they've learned how to win together, and that's the fun part. When they first came up, the first couple of years, it kind of took. I think we finished last, 14 and 15, but they learned from that and learned how to win together, and now you see the direction it's heading, the way they compete together and do a lot of things. It's pretty cool.
And how do you view your role, and where are you at physically, and when we see you back?
I'm feeling better. It's been a long road, a lot of work, but I'll be back for next year and be 100%, and I'll make sure that I'm out there helping on the field.
There's plenty of his personality on the 2018 Red Sox, even though he only had a handful of at-bats, but great to hear him talk so positively about his rehab and coming back next season.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's what it takes. He's right. You get away from this game and you can really appreciate it, and you can understand and reflect. When you're in the middle of it, you are grinding, and he is an absolute grinder. And I wish back when I'm in my career, I wish I would have enjoyed the moments. I wish I would have, but it's gone. And stuff like this doesn't happen every day. This is so historic, this team, but he's seen all of it here in Fenway.
He said it the other day. He said, you're the greatest team in the history of the Red Sox. Enjoy it. He told his teammates that. Alex Cora said the same thing. Sometimes you need a voice to tell you, hey, pump the brakes a second.
Yeah.
Consider what you've done.
Coming from a guy that normally doesn't do that.
Right.
Normally he's about the next game.
JD Martinez not happy with that call, but he's doubled and he's belted a 3-run homer today. Red Sox had 10-3. So you wish you had appreciated the moments as they happen.
Yeah, I was always grinding about the next one. You're always uptight. And I thought that's the way I had to be the best I could be.
That's a base hit past the lunging Nunez. Well, a double, a home run, and a base hit for JD today. Time of the Carrington Freight moment, brought to you by Old Dominion.
You see JD Martinez get a fastball like this, and you're just thinking, how far can he hit this ball? And he hits it over everything. That's a 3-run Johnson just to stay in shape, and there's the hug.
Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. See if he stays in the game long enough to hit for the cycle. Give himself a chance to hit for that. Of course, the triple is the one he needs now. Mookie Betts has done it this year. Yet another thing Mookie Betts did.
Right. We forgot about that. He had the dinger the last time up off of Giles in Toronto.
And he hit the 13-pitch grand slam off a Hap.
Yes.
Time to party.
Time to party.
1-1.
That was foresight there, huh? I mean, and he had the walk-off slam. We got all kinds of stuff.
Well, Xander sitting at 98 RBIs, had a 2-run double in the first inning. He's also fly to center and struck out. Red Sox leading 10-3. They got 5 of those in the opening inning. One out and a 2-1 from Carroll. Mitch Moreland on deck. Good count here for Xander. And he tags a foul high and deep toward the Coca-Cola section. The team from Dunkin' Donuts is thrilled to congratulate the Red Sox on their record-breaking season. The Red Sox have been running on Dunkin' all season. The team from Dunkin' have committed to keeping the Sox running all the way through October. Three-two. Fly ball left center, well hit. Mullins turning around now, and it's gone! Up onto the batter's eye. That is 100. Oh, Xander Bogaerts today, driving in 4 runs to get to 100 RBI.
That is so beautiful. What a way to do it. And he knew it was gone. He took a while to get to first base, and talk about enjoying the moment.
Wow.
Enjoy that moment.
A bomb to the batter's eye to reach 100 for the first time at a career high 22 home runs.
Boy, we've seen him hit that batter's eye a few times. Good for him. That wasn't an easy thing to do.
.409 feet on a shot by Xander Bogaerts.
Hey, he knew it was gone. He knew it was gone, because that ball hit the batter's eye and he hadn't touched first base yet. You know, he flips a ball in the air. That's fastball right down the middle, but you see him stay on it. He doesn't pull off, head down, and he hits that ball over 400 feet, and he knows it's gone. And thankful.
Yeah, 100 on the nose and popped into left field. Off the bat of Mitch Moreland, and Jones with the catch. On its way out.
You know the wind's blowing out. It doesn't need that much help.
Well, this has been a day for individual accomplishment. Red Sox leading at 12-3, but Mookie Betts becomes a 30-30 man. JD Martinez ties the franchise record for home runs by first-year player. And now Xander Bogaerts reaches, for the first time in his career, 100 RBIs.
I mean, you couldn't. I mean, you think about what they had to do to get there, right? I mean, it's one thing, one stolen base, but to me, Bogaerts having to have that many RBI to do it, and he does it with style. It's the only way to do it.
Kinsler with a pop-up. He has a couple of hits today, but caught by Mancini. Side retired, but a big frame for Xander Bogaerts, now at 100.
Tonight at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. TC, Manny, and Jim will preview Chris Sale's start against the Orioles. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
We look forward to that tonight. A sale night here at Fenway. Some changes here for the Sox. Wright staying on after getting them in the 6th inning. Benintendi now moving over to center. Travis is the new left fielder. Zue landed short. And a ground ball to Devers. He's had a very big day. Outfield Devers with 4 RBIs himself. Good day to hit. 12 runs, 13 hits for the Red Sox. The offense really caught fire again in New York on clinch night. Had some very good offensive performances all through the Cleveland series, and now at it again against Baltimore.
I mean, very competitive, especially in Cleveland, you know, and those games there. And to come back and win that game when they were down 6-4 to the Yankees was huge. That clinch game was a really big game because they were staring a sweep down at that point. But it's nice to have an offensive outburst like this. I don't care who you're swinging off of, you know, because you're looking for confidence to take it to next Friday.
Red Sox winning that game in the clinch 11-6, then beat Cleveland 7-6. Lost a couple of relatively low scoring games in extra innings, but then 6-2 in game 1 against Baltimore, and now up big 12-3. And a chopper back to Stephen Wright. He'll take it off the grass and get him. And don't forget, the first 10,000 fans in attendance today receive a free Pedro Martinez bobblehead. Make sure to show the 10% off coupon on the box at the Red Sox team store on Jersey Street for your discount on additional merchandise. Coming up in game 2, Steve Lyons will be in the booth. He's doing a little scouting. Eck will probably be at Capitol Grill on Boylston working on that New York strip. Adam Jones on today has gone 0 for 3. Now the Orioles have only scored in 1 inning. They got 3 in the 2nd inning. Punch the other way, floating toward the stands, and foul.
Man, that looked like a slider. Watch this thing go left. Whoa. Huh?
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Like a life of its own.
Yeah. Does he know where it's going? Then he threw him a piece of cheese. 87. That's a darn good fastball for a knuckleball pitcher. Seriously.
Really is.
When have you seen a knuckleball pitcher throw that hard?
That's got some hair on it.
Yeah, that's probably like Joe Negro. He was the brother that had it all. He didn't just throw knuckleballs. He's the guy that had the nail file come out of his pocket.
Yeah, he did very famously. Lynn on the charge, scoops and guns to get him. Another fine inning for Wright. Boy, he looks ready for October. For a Dunkin' Donuts poll question, should the wild card playoff be a 3-game series instead of just 1 game? And a lot of you love that idea, 75% of you. To go to 3-game, best of 3.
See?
That may be the next change in the postseason format. Obviously not in time for this season, but you would think maybe next year. Rafael Devers, big day. Bases loaded double in the first inning, scored 3, an RBI single in the 5th inning. 21 years old. He turns 22 in late October. Bright future with that bat. He's hit 19 home runs. Socked that one.
Gone.
That one headed deep toward the triangle. Way back there. Gone. Number 20 for the 21-year-old.
You had to push that one out, didn't you? I don't know if you had enough. That is a line drive home run at the 420 sign. Is he feeling good or what? He needs a triple for the cycle now too, him and JD. But look at this slider down that he puts an absolute charge into. He hit it good enough if he pulled it, but I didn't think it was going to go where he hit it.
Playoffs are looming.
Who really?
Who is your third baseman?
Man. I'll tell you what, he has changed everybody's mind. I mean, you can't deny what he's been doing. I mean, his confidence is through the roof. Look at this bullet that just gets in. I mean, 420-foot bullet.
His 20th home run.
There's
a high deep drive to right field. Swihart jumped on it. A leap, and that ball's gone. Back-to-back home runs for the Red Sox here in the 7th inning. Three Red Sox home runs in the last 2 innings and 4 today.
Man, I tell you, this goes a long ways for a lot of guys. Swihart included. He hit a home run in Cleveland that just cleared the fence, but this one, you got to hit this ball at least 390 to get it out of here. Slider bullet gone, and then a cross seamer right down Broadway, and he loses it too.
His 3rd home run of the season.
We've seen some pitches to hit today, and the Red Sox have not missed them.
So we're coming right at you.
Nice try.
So the Red Sox blow up the lead to 14-3. They go back-to-back for the 5th time this season. Sandy Leon 0 for 3. Home runs by JD Martinez, Xander Bogaerts, Rafael Devers, and Blake Swihart.
Sandy wants to join the party. That's what he wants to do.
Heath Hembry loosening in the bullpen. And a swing and a miss, and he'll be retired on strikes. 1 man gone. Time now for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's TC. Hi, Tom. Thank you very much. Red Sox slugging away, 14 runs today so far. Zue Lin batting for the second time. He's 0 for 1.
I used to like John Gibbons' style, the way he did it. Didn't he? Did he look casual or what? He never looked like he was stressing. And he had some problems on and off there, and then he did. But he came close to taking them to the World Series. They lost to Kansas City. And Cleveland, right? That they lost to Cleveland once and Kansas City.
That'll be outside for a ball. Benintendi on deck. And knocked foul. Well, great to see our pal Mike Lupica. Great author. Is it Harvard? You got one at, oh, it's Boston College. Yeah. He goes Harvard. Flying foul out of play.
Oh, he's got a daughter goes to Boston College?
Yeah.
There he is.
Gonna get Mike down. Has been following the Red Sox all season long and written some great stuff on the Sox, and he's being dad most of the time.
Now you're a Bostonian.
Got to be a Bostonian. Well, so in town again, huh? You've been following this team all season long and having a great time doing it.
You know, the last time I saw you guys, we were moving our daughter in at BC, and my wife wisely said, why don't you go visit Dave and Dennis at the game and get out of the way? So I did.
Yeah.
And the minute I walked into the park, they scored 6 runs against the Fighting Franconas, and today you can see the effect I have on this offense.
Quite obviously,
really.
it is you when you walk into the ballpark, and here we are, 3 runs in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th, and the 6th, and the 7th, and that will be ball 4. And Lynn is on. What a magical year it's been.
It is. I was just talking to Peter Abraham of Boston Globe, and I am so looking forward to next Friday, whoever it is, whether it's the Yankees or the A's. And you know, I said to him, I can't remember a time when a game 1 will feel more important to a team than game 1 will feel against these Red Sox, because if Sale goes out and he's dominant, it sets up everything that'll happen after that.
Well, there's no arguing that point. And you know, when you look up there and you see 106, and there's another drive. Benintendi laying into this one, high off the monster. Zue Lin round him.
If he wanted it.
He's going to hold up at second base. He'll take the RBI double. He's driven in his first run today, but the Red Sox continue to run wild, now 15-3. And Mike, that's the standout about this ball club, and you and I have talked about it all season long. The offense led by Mookie and led by JD Martinez, but it's been extraordinary. We put the graphic up in our open today. How many categories the Red Sox, it's not leading the American League, it's leading Major League Baseball up and down, with the exception of the home runs, and today went over 200 for the year.
The last time we were corresponding, I had written in a column for MLB that they're the toughest out in the world. And I didn't pick out one guy in this lineup. I said this lineup feels like the toughest out in the world. And you know, the game I keep thinking of is that 4-game series against the Yankees. It was set up. They fell behind 4-0 that night. And I remember saying to one of my sons, you know, this team's come back all year, and everything good that has happened over the last part of the season, I believe, started that Thursday night against the Yankees.
Well, clinch night certainly was a blast, and I wonder if you're with us that there's so much talk about how tight the MVP race might be. Certainly JD Martinez there, Mike Trout there, but that night when Mookie Betts drove in 5 at Yankee Stadium, he put it away.
Yeah, that was a big swing. And coming against Chapman, I think, made it feel even bigger, because he had just come back. And no, it's, listen, I came to Boston College. I think I was in Boston before Eck was, which almost was before, before dirt was invented. And so I have seen everything. We moved to New England in '67. So I was, that was my first great baseball experience. I've never seen anything like this. As magical as 2013 was. 2013 was crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
everything went right.
Nobody saw. But now everything's going right with a much better baseball team.
Oh, totally.
Line shot and caught by Mancini for the second out. And that will send up Travis for the first time. Red Sox hit 15-3, chatting with the multi-talented Mike Lupica, who's been following the Red Sox for many decades and having as much fun with it as you've ever had.
And it is such, you know, Dave and I have been texting about this all season. The J.D. Mookie debate is such a great baseball conversation, because ultimately that's what we love about sports, the conversation about it. And you know, the only thing that tips it to me, to JD, is he's the only significant change from last year to this year on a team that's going to win about 272 regular season games.
Yeah.
He's exactly what the Red Sox needed. I mean, they couldn't pick a better guy. You know, because the home runs, that's what was missing more than anything else, was the home runs. But we've already seen Mookie Betts be good, and you know, second in the MVP voting 2 years ago. This guy is Willie Mays.
Oh, my God.
In the making. He really is.
And Dennis, Buck Showalter said something to me early in the year, and it was kind of an offhanded comment, but it got a lot of play. And Buck's seen a lot of baseball, and I trust him on baseball. And he said he's the best right fielder I've ever seen with my own eyes. That's saying plenty.
Right.
Yeah, he's seen enough.
And playing right field at Fenway Park.
Buck said every time he'd ever hear that they were thinking about moving Mookie to center, he got excited, because he thought it can only help the Orioles.
Right. Not much help in the Orioles this season, but the Red Sox have been feasting on them again, and now on top 15-3, as we've said many times. I mean, that's a really good manager, but what a horrific season.
Oh my God. I mean, they're the 62.
Have you ever seen something like that?
This is the 62 Mets. I mean, they're that bad. Can't anybody here play this game?
111 and apparently soon to be 112. The 2-2 will catch the corner to strike him out. I'm sorry about the Harvard comment. I know PC is the better place to be. So, you know, Mike Lupica joining us in the booth and helping the Red Sox to a runaway here today.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Mike. Dealers, get behind the wheel of the Audi you've always wanted. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Your local New England Ford dealers, and by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Got to clean those windows. I'm glad those guys had that kind of courage to get up there, because that would never be me.
Up there.
Oh. Be safe, men. Red Sox on top 15-3 as we bring in the top half of the 8th inning. Heath Hembree to make an appearance after an outstanding effort by Stephen Wright. David Price looking like he will sail to the win today and pick up his 16th of the year. Red Sox pounding away, 15 runs, 16 hits. So Hembree for the 65th time It'll be Mancini to lead things off. He homered back in the second inning. Orioles would score 3 times and they would make it a 5-3 game at that point, but it's been all Red Sox since then. And another ball game to follow beginning at 7. Chris Sale to do the pitching at the outset for the Red Sox.
Well, you're probably looking for 6 innings from Sale, right? What are you talking about, 90 pitches? And that's it. Now you're talking about having that bullpen on Sunday, whatever they want to call that. What do they call that bullpen thing?
An aggressive
bullpen.
Every time I say that, it brings a grin to your face.
I don't know why.
Aggressive bullpen. Well, he's going to go. He's going to get after it.
Yes.
In the bullpen, it's not going to be 70%.
Right. There's a lot of terms around here. That's nothing special. Aggressive bullpen, but
I love how you get a kick out of it.
That's not much to that. I don't know why I get a kick out of it.
Fly to right over near the pesky pole and a foul ball. In our Sam Adams Oktoberfest playoff preview, we're looking at each American League team. Today, it's the Astros who have won 100 games on the nose. Like the Red Sox, they can score, but that team ERA, 3.13.
That's what they're about.
Yeah.
I mean, added that to a club that's done it, been there, the confidence that goes with that.
To celebrate Oktoberfest, Sam Adams is giving away 2 tickets to Game 1 of the Division Series here at Fenway. Text "Go Sox" to 24587 to enter. Game 1 on the 5th of October. That's when it begins for the Red Sox in postseason play. One, 2. Down he goes. He struck him out. 1 gone in the 8th. After the game, stay tuned for Red Sox Final, presented by Rodenheiser Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electric. TC Steve and Jim highlighted Xander Bogaerts on the Rodenheiser Heat Zone as hot, VR as cold. Here's how they've done so far today.
They picked the right guy for being hot.
Well, not everybody on the edge of their seat, but it's a great time to take a nap.
That's what 15 runs do to you.
Wear you out a little bit. Really do. 15 runs on 16 hits. Pop to center field. Benintendi plenty of time. 2 down.
Kinsler never saw that ball. Not that it mattered, but he didn't see it. Can of corn there to Benintendi.
That sends up Renato Nunez, who has belted a home run, and since then he's been called out on strikes twice. Well, the Red Sox putting themselves in position to sweep Baltimore in 2 doubleheaders this year. Add to the Baltimore woes.
Right.
This guy at the plate looks like a decent player. We haven't seen enough of him, but
he's played a decent third base too.
I wonder where they go from here. The Orioles. Hate to even think about it. Let somebody else think about it.
And a high fly ball, very high. A little stumble there by Travis, but he's under to make the catch, and they go fast 1-2-3 in the 8th. By Nissan. Time to save big at Nissan's Take Home a Titan Truck Month event. Citizens Bank. Visit citizensbank.com. William Ravis Real Estate, the official real estate company of the Boston Red Sox. And by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. Getting late here in game one of the Twin Bill. Red Sox up big 15-3. Jace Peterson, a position player, an infielder, is going to come on and pitch. This one getting away as it has. First career pitching appearance.
You'd think in September, this time of the year, they'd have 15 pitchers down there.
And home plate umpire Blakeney going over explain what's going on here to Alex Cora. Corbin Joseph taking over at second base. Caleb Joseph is the new first baseman. And about to get underway here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mitch Moreland had a double in the 5th inning. He walked and scored a run in the 1st inning.
Looks like a pitcher, doesn't he? Decent windup. Not exactly tossing it, throwing it. 93.
Wow.
Hello.
93?
Yeah.
That's harder than their starter today.
I know. And that left-hander Means was throwing 89.
Right. Jace Peterson with a live arm. 0-2 coming.
This guy looks like he's pitched before. Little breaking ball. Curvature. He's not smiling or nothing. He's pitching.
And sucked on a hard line into right field for a base hit. Well, you don't want to be the guy who makes an out against him. I don't care if he's throwing 93 or not. And a base hit for Moreland.
A lot worse, I'll tell you. He gets this ball down too, a little cross seam down, and he hits a bullet. It's the big leagues.
Second hit today for Mitch Moreland. Good afternoon for just about everybody in the lineup offensively. Ian Kinsler as well, a base hit and a double. He's gone 2 for 4. Sox have 17 hits. They have homered 4 times. Mookie Betts has become the second 30-30 man in Red Sox history, along with Jacoby Ellsbury, when he stole a base in the 2nd inning. JD Martinez hit his 42nd home run to tie the franchise record for homers by a Red Sox player in his first year with the organization. And Xander Bogaerts has driven in 4 runs today, and he's reached 100 RBIs for the first time. Check swing roller. Peterson will sling it for an out, back to first, and got him. Double play.
Well, that's a great play by the pitcher there. You don't expect him to try to get 2 out of this, as if it matters. 15-3.
Here's our game summary. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Meisinger, the starter, only on the hill for a 1/3 of an inning. Red Sox got him for 5 earned. David Price will pick up the win. He went 5, giving up 6 hits, 3 runs. And a left-hander will go to 16-7. Red Sox have feasted on the Orioles all season long. They're doing it again here this afternoon. Rafael Devers really joining the party today.
Oh.
Deep to right. And Rioli back turning. Wow. Oh. Look at the distance on that one. That's his 2nd home run today. And they have both been absolutely obliterated. Well, he does it off a position player, but man, did he kill it.
Who cares? This ball is launched. He got some air underneath this home run, and he's just hot. Cross seam, middle. I mean, watch him lift this. And then how far is this ball going to go? You know it's out of the ballpark, but 10 rows back, maybe over the bullpen.
That's one of the deepest home runs we've seen this year by a left-handed hitter.
Look at that. Wow. 12 rows up over the exit.
That's a 6 RBI day for Rafael Devers, and that is a new career high. 2 home runs, a 3-run double, and an RBI single.
He's got 20 bombs now. I'm sorry, 21. He already got 20. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, Blake Swihart has one too. Boy, is he stating a case for the October roster.
I've never seen anything like this. I mean, for him to just turn it on like this.
Ground ball, that one behind the bag, scooped up by Joseph. The pitcher failed to get there. And so Swihart will be safe at first base.
Well, you know, you got to cover first base, but you got to cut him some slack. He's not a pitcher. It's a nice pick by Joseph down the line, but there's no one home over there to get the out. Swihart will take it.
That's a base hit. And brings up Sandy Leon. Red Sox ahead 16-3. They have homered 5 times against the Orioles here in game 1. They have been blasting away. It is another rocket, but a fair ball down the line. Dropping into third base is Swihart. Sandy heading into second. He will slide in with a double. It gets away. The runner will be held at third. So Sandy joins in with a shot down the right field line.
All you're thinking about is keeping this ball fair down the line, and it is just barely. He stings it. He's not sure it's fair or not. Didn't get out of the box. Then you see it get down the line there. They get this ball in. If the second baseman Joseph comes up firing to second base, he's going to get Sandy right here if he throws a second. But he delays, kind of fake pumps, and he gets in the bag.
So second and third for Zhu-Wei Lin. Red Sox have reached 20 hits on the day. Got 5 in the first inning. They have been rolling. Two down. The Red Sox have tied their season high for a 9-inning game, 20 hits. Pretty well hit. Mullins racing back, leaping, can't get it. That's a new season high. That's going to bring in a pair of runs. 17 and 18. Zhu-Wei Lin with a blast to the warning track.
Everybody's putting a charge in it off this position player. It's the way it's been all day. A lot of cross seamers all day too, and that sound off the bat we've been hearing all day long. And this is a guy who's not very big, and he hits it off the one hops the center field fence. 2 RBIs on that.
5 more hits in the inning. So the Red Sox with 21 hits, the most in any 9-inning game this year for the Red Sox. That one stung. It'll get through Joseph and roll into right field. Another run will score. Zhu-Wei Lin getting to home plate.
Yeah, I don't know if that ball took a bad hop or Joseph, the second baseman, just boxed it. I think it gave him a bad hop.
That'll be a base hit.
Well, it was hit hard, but I don't know if that he got a clean hop or not, but he got a base hit.
Christian Vasquez is going to bat here. Going to hit in J.D. Martinez spot. J.D. had a big day as well with a double, a 3-run homer, a base hit.
Who hasn't had a good day? Everybody's got a knock after Leon finally got a hit.
19-3. Red Sox have also tied their season high in runs for 9 innings. That'll skip away and no advance by the runner at first. Benintendi will stay right there. Well, the explosive Red Sox offense exploding in a big way here today in the first game. Game 2 is Chris Sale. As you see Brandon Workman getting ready. The Red Sox about to win their 107th. I don't know if I've ever seen one opponent dominate another as the Red Sox have dominated Baltimore. They're about to go to 16-2.
16-2
against the Orioles. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out to retire the side, but the Red Sox get 4 more.
Starting Friday, there are 3 last chances.
Turning around. Oh, he did it!
3 last chances to watch J.D. Martinez hit to win the MLB Triple Crown, to be the first since Mickey Mantle, and break any Yankees' hope for home field in the wild card. Yankees, Red Sox, the final 3-game series of the year begins Friday at 5:30 on NESN. Presented by Mimecast, the best protection from cyber attacks via email. Mimecast, making email safer for business.
We're not your average airline, and we wouldn't have it any other way. We do everything differently on purpose, for one purpose. You. You're the reason we fly to 99 destinations, and why we don't charge you fees to change your flight or check 2 bags. You. Over 130 million of you chose to fly Southwest last year. That's what matters most to us.
These days, everyone's selling a mattress in a box, but unlike the new guys, I offer choice. Like my Eclipse Gel or Eclipse Hybrid Queen mattresses. Your choice, only $3.99 each. Shipped to your doorstep in a box or set up in any room of your home via my Bobtastic delivery service. I'll even take away your old mattress when I deliver your new one. The new guys don't do that. I guess this is one of those times where it is cool to be old school.
Bob's Discount Furniture.
I'll definitely be there. I'll be there.
Yes. We'll be at the playoffs. I will absolutely be there.
I'll be at the playoffs.
Go Red Sox!
Well, for a limited time at Jordan's Furniture, save up to $200 on select Sealy hybrid and conform mattresses and get up to 60 months, equal payments with no interest. Savings like this won't last, so shop now. Christian Vasquez is going to play third base here.
Why not?
Different glove for him.
Just don't let him pitch. We saw what that's like.
Red Sox knocking Chase Peterson all over the ballpark. Position player, tough way to go. Took one for the team there. DJ Stewart to hit against Brandon Workman as we go to the 9th inning. Red Sox with a new season high, 22 hits and a topper. The flip on to Workman for the out, 1 away.
See, that's how you cover first base. They hit it to the first baseman, and you get over there and make it out. Weak ground ball. You got to get off that mound and get over.
Like you say, you got to cut a break.
Yeah.
To Peterson, who's not used to doing that. Austin wins on the day, 1 for 2. Only 7 hits today for Baltimore, although they did get 3 runs in the second inning. It looked like they might hang in for a while. That was not the case.
Boy, you never see Price in that situation. A 5-run lead. He goes back out there, coughs up 3, and then gets bases loaded. And I tell you what, he had to pitch to get out of that inning.
They wound up going 5 in line for the victory. Lights are on at Fenway, as we will soon enough get ready for game number 2 at 7 o'clock. We will have that for you right here on NESN.
We got guys in this rotation I had seen looked up before the game with run support by their team, and it's unbelievable. Everybody in this rotation has gotten so many runs to work with. At least 5. If you're averaging 5 something, it's a good chance you're going to get 5.
Scoop by Kinsler, and that's out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down.
There's that cutter. Nice play there. Routine.
So Steve Wilkerson may be the last man to swing today here in game 1. He's 0 for 3. Red Sox in a game 1 blowout. And a cut and a miss to make it 1-1. Sox got 5 right away in the first inning. 3 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, 4 in the 8th.
Nice game to sit on for a couple hours before you start another one.
Sure. Fly ball left center field. Travis back at the wall, can't get it. Picked up by Benintendi and into second base. Wilkerson safely. So not done yet.
Yeah, that'll go as a double, but Travis was gliding a long ways for this ball. Not an easy play. And not getting any help from Benintendi because he was too far away from it. He's got a beat on it.
It will be a double. So that'll bring up Mullins, the top of the order. He's gone 0 for 3 with a walk today. And dropped in there for strike 1.
There's that good curveball by Workman.
Two gone. He thought about it, but he checked his swing. Red Sox postseason will begin on Friday, October 5th. Game 1 of the division series, taking on the winner of the wild card game between the Yankees and the A's. Red Sox have never faced the Yankees in the division series, and they last squared off in the legendary 2004 ALCS, which the Red Sox won in 7.
They didn't let you play the wild card winner when they came in your division. They changed that.
1-2 on Mullins. And a 1-2. popped up. Lynn going out. Coming on Travis. He's got it. And the Red Sox take game one in a runaway. The final score today 19-3 in the first game of the doubleheader. David Price the winner, now 16-7. And many highlights, individual highlights in this one as we toss it back to Tom Caron.